Hi folks,
Hello.
and welcome back to the channel. And in this video we're going to talk about the MiRIDER GB3. It's an epic bike, and I've had a lot of questions of people saying, that new one with the gears, what's it like? So we thought we'd tell you what it's like.
So, epic. There we go.
It is epic, basically, kind of.
Yeah, not even kind of.
No, it just is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a brilliant bike.
So let's start off telling you about the bike. So it is the normal MiRIDER with an additional 3-speed gearbox that's built into the crank. And those gears are selectable on your left hand grip. So you can select 1, 2 or 3. The gear ratio is second gear is the same as the standard bike. So it's like a BMX kind of ratio, which is perfectly good enough. However, first gear is the better gear if you're doing hills and all the stuff that I did, Tour de France wise and stuff like that, or you know, you just want to set off and get going faster. And then third gear is a much longer gear, so if you're sort of like going down the flat and you want to pick up a bit of speed, then third gear is better for that. Just kind of like get going a bit, don't you, really?
Get going some. Yeah, it does. It is significantly faster than second gear. It really does.
Than the standard one.
Yeah, when you put effort into it, you go.
Go.
You go well.
The bonus of this, as to other bikes that have derailleurs on the back, is that our last bikes had derailleurs on the back, and every time you folded them and stowed them away and got them out, you'd find the derailleur was bent or moved or whatever. It needed constant adjustment. It's a pain in the bum. Whereas that needs no maintenance whatsoever. You just use it and it's brilliant.
Yes.
It's also belt driven as well, so there's no chain. Obviously derailleurs need a chain that can stretch and move around a bit. That doesn't, because it's all built in. So yeah, belt driven bike as well. No oily pants and mess all over you or anything like that. Lovely quiet as well, because the belt's so quiet. It's just nice and smooth, isn't it?
It is, and it's one of the things I found when I was riding on it, because I've got quite flappy legs of my pants, that I wasn't particularly worried about them catching as much as
so your legs aren't flappy, it's
no,
just
my
your
legs,
pants.
the trousers.
I did wonder how you're riding a bike with flappy legs.
Flappy legs. I should actually say trousers for the people who aren't from Manchester or America.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought that was a definite benefit for me, that I wasn't quite as worried. I didn't have to tuck my trousers in my socks as I probably would have done with a chain.
Yeah. So going back, GB3 stands for gearbox, we've covered, belt, we've covered, and 3 gears, which we've covered. The other things obviously we've not really covered so far is it's pretty much the other bike we had in terms of the badass wheels and tyres. Well, they're called Mad Mike or something, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, Mad Mike tyres. Off-road tyres, let's call it. And a few other kind of alterations as well, which are hydraulic brakes, which are stonking, especially if you're coming down steep hills.
I keep forgetting about the upgrade of the hydraulic brakes, and they are stoppers.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah, don't grab it too hard.
No, there's no grabbing on them. They do stop you well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're very, very good improvement then.
It's also got handlebars which are slightly wider to give a little bit of space for the gear shifter, and they're kind of raised handlebars as well, a bit like, I guess, a BMX.
A proper BMX, yeah.
And I think they give a little bit more stability to riding bike, maybe one-handed as well, which you shouldn't do, folks, probably.
I can't.
But overall, I think it gives a little bit more stability because your hands are further out.
Yeah, I mean, I have to own up and say that I've only just had a ride of it, because obviously you had this one with you, and I had a ride of one at the factory, and up until that point I've been riding my regular MiRIDER, and yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. I don't know why I waited so long, to be honest with you. I was a bit embarrassed about giving things a try in front of people, people watching. It's just like, no. But yeah, the difference for me, I think is, I think it allows the seating and the height of the handlebars that little bit more of a
comfy ride.
yeah,
Sort of thing.
a lot more perfect for me really, with the ratio between how far you have to reach over to grab the handlebars and things.
And you can have the handlebars forward a little bit or back a little bit, so there's plenty of sort of adjustments to them as well. Obviously I'm not going to go over the entire bike because obviously we've covered the bike itself. We've got a full review video of that. This is just talking about the GB3 and the differences in this new bike of mine over my last bike. Lovely handlebars, which just about make up for a lovely new addition, which is the colour display. So you have a smaller display and control for the electric side of things, because obviously it's still an electrically assisted bike, which you definitely need. I do anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, why put effort in if you don't have to, you know?
Well, you still have to turn the crank.
Yeah, there is that, but yeah, it's good.
So, technical review here, as you can tell from Mandy. Should be talking about wibbly bits soon.
Yeah, the wibbly bits. It's got wibbly bits on it.
As it was that you when you ride it?
Probably.
with your
flappy legs.
Oh dear. Anyhow, so yeah, smaller little control, which is your power controls and switching it on and off, and then a nice big colour display which gives you lots more information, and like your best score, or not best score, so it kind of is because I've been using score,
Yeah.
highest speed, furthest distance, all that kind of stats are all in there as well. And it's also got a USB socket on the back, so you can plug a phone cable in to charge your phone while you're at it as well.
Yeah, I found that the display shows the remaining battery a lot clearer as well, which I think is really useful to be able to.
Yeah, you have
know
like
what you're doing.
a percentage and
And
voltage.
volts, yeah. So it's that's definitely a good improvement. Just so you know, if you are on difficult terrain, you can kind of say, right, well, I'm going to go until I've got half my battery left, so at least I know I can get back.
Yeah, but they've also made improvements to the frame. So the frame used to have a little bit of differences on it, and they've made improvements to that. However, this one, they've made vast improvements to the frame because it's got the new graphics that our logo is based on.
Yay!
And that brings us on to something else we'll talk about just in a few minutes there. So yeah, newly designed frame. It's got all sorts of other little improvements that they've gone over. I won't bore you with all the details, but technically, motor's been kind of improved, alignments have been improved, new pedals on here as well. They are much better as an upgrade. So if you want to do some ordering and spec out, I've basically ticked all the boxes, just so you know. So I've got the Royale seat on there. Much prefer the Royale seat. I've got the rear rack because it fits beer and stuff on it.
Yeah, 10 cans of beer in a box fits perfectly on that rack.
So we've also got the new addition of the little bag for the front handlebars as well, which I actually like because you can put bottle in there, keys, phone, or whatever you want to.
Or, as what I did before, an entire bunch of bananas.
There you go, folks. What more do you need? From the statement of the original bike of like around about 40 miles range, when you put off-road tyres on there, when you add many more kilos of rider and do daft things like going through forests and up and down Stelvio Pass, the range is somewhat different than stated. So real world tests, I just want to make that clear. However, if you ride it on the flat with the standard tyres, then everyone else is reporting around about 40 miles range out of it. And it takes around about 3 to 4 hours to charge a bike as well. So technically, if you're getting it on the ride to work scheme or something like that, get to work, you've got 40 miles, charge it at work, you can ride back 40 miles. And it is easy to ride. I obviously put a lot of effort into doing many bits of testing on this for the gearbox and everything else when I did the Tour de France. So I was riding some days up to 2 hours, which I actually said to them at the time I'd never do, because I would just do short trips, but things change.
Yeah.
And I found it quite easy, and you did a massive one as well. You rode a long distance as well, didn't you?
I did.
Devon,
I did 23 miles on mine, yeah. And the battery had gone by the time I got back to the van.
Right.
But then, yeah, like you say, that was no problem. I got my EcoFlow out, and we've got the 12-volt chargers, which are a great upgrade as well. And yeah, it was back up again. I don't even think it was that long. I think it was like three hours or so.
I think the 12-volt charger charges it faster.
Yeah.
Like considerably faster.
Yeah. So that was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's done me for range. I mean, I can't even remember the last time we charged the bikes. That bike before I went there, so I don't know how long it had been sat around uncharged, and I was still very impressed of that. There was one I think there was one bar down
Right.
when
you
I
set
left.
off.
Yeah.
And comfort-wise, they're all right for long distance as well.
Oh,
really.
very much so. The new seats are really good.
Yeah.
They're a bit
Much
more
improvement.
grippy.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, even though it's had the flashy light on the back of the one we had before, because we got the extra comfort seat, didn't we?
Yeah, that was good, but the
Whenever
new
you're
one's
moving the
better.
bikes round, I always found I was pressing it on by mistake. This one is so much better.
Yeah.
But because they've got that, they've got a load of new accessories as well to go with it, haven't they?
Yeah, new helmets, but that's another video in itself. Helmet with lights on and flashing indicators and everything.
And a button on your handlebars so you can use it for indicators, and it's got like a gyroscope in it and a motion sensor. So if you stop, it puts a brake light on the back of your head.
What else can you say?
Honestly, it is amazing. You can program them in as well. There's an app, so you can actually get your own little flash pattern if you want them and do stuff like that. So, I've
Why
got
not?
to.
Yeah.
Because why not have it different when you can have it different?
But I think this is one of the things I like about MiRIDER. They don't sit still. We said that in our original video. So if you think it's probably been like a year and a bit now since our original video, and it's an almost entirely new, refreshed bike. Everything's been tweaked, changed, modified, upgraded, whatever, and then they've got all these new accessories coming out as well. So
and they've done it in such a way that people will still want to buy the original bike, because that is still amazing, and they're still tweaking that original bike. They're not just saying, well, that's done and it's done. Any changes that, like with alignment and stuff, they're doing it on everything. If they find anything better, they are such a good bunch of people. Customer services and everything it's second to none that we found anyway, and then from Manchester, so
well, Wigan.
It's borderline. It's great.
Yeah, they're like pies. So I mean, let's face it, that's winning for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about some special bikes they're doing. One of them is going to look pretty much like that. So it's using the background of our logo, and it's going to be called the Adventure Edition. And yeah, pretty much kind of inspired by us.
It's cool as, honestly. It looks amazing, and I think the orange bike's my favourite out of all the colours anyway.
Yeah.
But then that with the logos on, with the trees and everything on it, it is amazing.
So we're going to be at the NEC Motorhome show in October, middle of October, and we're going to be there on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and we'll be at the MiRIDER stall on those 3 days from 11 AM until 1 PM, maybe 2 PM, depends how busy they are. So you can come and ask us anything you want about the bikes, and also I think either my bike will be there or Mandy's bike will be there, which is identical, by the way.
Yeah.
So that you can sort of have a quick look at them and check them over or something like that. And obviously the guys from MiRIDER will be there to go over all the information you want from them.
Any question that you could possibly have, they will answer for you.
Yeah, they made these bikes and they have tweaked these bikes, and they're not from another country and brought in or anything like that. They're their bikes, so they can tell you all about them and all about the R&D and everything they did to make it, tweak it, do whatever.
Yep.
So
yep, absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to that show as well. There's a couple of special edition bikes they're releasing, and they've got some new details about. They always do something with a winter pack, don't they? Every year they do like a special deal, so they'll have all the details of that at the show as well.
Which may include the spanky, swanky, fancy helmet.
Yeah, I think it was a swanky, fancy one, wasn't it? Than the one that we've got. So. Yeah. But yeah, so it's definitely lots going on and lots to go and see if you're at the show. Yeah. So come and see us.
Come and see us. See the bike.
See them.
Join the fold.
Oh,
I had to get it in, didn't I? I had to get it in.
Oh, dear. You see, it was a good segue. I led you straight into that, really.
Obviously, teamwork.
Obvs.
And we're also looking, along with MiRIDER, to do a ride out, a MiRIDER out.
MiRIDER out.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as good as it did in my head.
Nope.
But yeah, a MiRIDER ride out somewhere. Everyone else is welcome if you've not got a MiRIDER. I mean, why haven't you got one?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just because I've never met anybody else on their MiRIDER. You've met a few people.
There was a couple on the trail. Is it the Tarka Trail that I was doing down there? And honestly, we were riding past each other, going, because I don't think anybody's seen it apart from their other halves.
Yeah.
People on MiRIDER, so because they are getting more out there, it's so exciting to see people with them. Obviously,
Yeah.
people with excellent taste.
Absolutely. So as far as foldability and portability, it folds down just as the other ones do. So Mandy gets hers in a front passenger footwell. Rob, who's got my old bike, the grey bike, he fits his in the passenger footwell as well. And probably mine will go under the bed I'm building in my new van. But for right now, it sits in my Airbnb like that.
Not folded at all. But
But yeah, in the last motorhome, it went straight under, fully assembled like that as well. Like I said, they only had to angle the screen down a little bit. So height-wise and width-wise, just nothing, is it?
so if you have got anything with the like the big garage like we had in our old one, that you can literally wheel it in and then bungee it to the side, or you can get the little rails and keep them to one side. So it is that compact. And of course, you've always got the option of dropping the handlebars in the seat anyway. It is so, even it's the flexibility of how you can fold it up to make it better and make it fit wherever you need to fit. It's just good. They've literally thought of everything.
Yep. So like I say, for more information about the bikes and everything, probably watch our previous full review, because that's got the MiRIDER 1, which is what this is based off. But if you don't want to bother with the gearbox, then that'll give you an idea of us going up hills and having ride outs and all that kind of stuff. But this one is just specifically about the GB3 and why you should come and see us at the show.
Yes,
So,
because you should.
You should. All right, I think that's about it, really.
Yes.
I loved riding it. I had a fantastic time in France doing the Tour de France. I would never, ever imagined that I could follow the Tour de France stage. Certainly not on that. And I think a lot of the other professional cyclists that I flew past probably thought the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, well chuffed with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good bit of kit.
Ah, lass. Right, we'll see you on the next video.
We will, because it's raining and we're going to go. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.